Hey everybody, BeyondDrewTV here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a little resurrected series here. Welcome back to Thornton Hills Zoo. So yeah, this is a series that I kind of took a little bit of a break there for a while, but I'm finally feeling reinvigorated to go ahead and build in this series again, like really reinvigorated, pretty much. So, but yeah, for those of you that have been waiting for so long, I do apologize for the wait, but like I mentioned in a few videos a while back, I just didn't have the inspiration to build in it, and I didn't want to put anything, for lack of a better words, half-assed out, basically. I want to, this is my baby zoo. This is my original zoo that I've been building since like day one kind of thing. So I don't want to, I don't want to skimp on it. So right when I wasn't feeling the inspiration, I was like, okay, walk away. Just take a break, and we'll come back to it when it happens, kind of thing. So I've been building in the Brookfield Zoo recreation. If you're not watching that, be sure to watch that, because I get a lot of ideas kind of looking at the real world zoo of Brookfield Zoo, and then I can kind of apply things to the Thornton Hills Zoo here, the our makeup zoo, our make-believe zoo kind of thing. So if you're not watching Brookfield Zoo, be sure to watch that as well, because I'm going to pull a lot of ideas from that zoo and bring them over here, and vice versa, probably, kind of thing. So and yeah, going forward, that's going to kind of be the focus of the channel. I know it's kind of been all over the place since Planet Zoo came out with habitat builds and like one episode of an implied build habitat. It's all over the place, but this is gonna be the focus going on. We're gonna have Thornton Hills Zoo moving forward, and we're gonna have the Brookfield Zoo recreation moving forward. And then if there's like a DLC or pack, we might have like a week or a few days of like DLC content and new animal content. So that's gonna be the focus of the channel going forward, just those two projects for the most part, and then once in a while some DLC stuff. But anyways, without any more flapping of the gums there, let's go ahead and continue in. So today in Thornton Hills Zoo, I was looking back at a few episodes, and I've been hinting at this for a long time there, but we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'll start moving on. I'll go ahead and show you off some new entrance area here. So yeah, like I said, I've been hinting at this area for a long time now, but this is pretty much wrapped up. I think there's only like a few more small little things I want to put in for this entrance area, but yeah, for the most part, this is all wrapped up. And before we get over to the entrance areas, we're driving up here. Just picture that's my car noise. So, all right, excuse me. This first little building that we're going to see here was built a long time ago now by a buddy, good friend of the channel there, who's done some other awesome work, Carlos G. So this first structure, he actually built this a while ago. This one right in front of you here. So he built this a little while ago for me, and very appreciative, but never got to show it off. And yeah, now we can finally show off this entrance building and plaza, basically. Don't mind the fountain, by the way. That's a placeholder. I put that. That's just like a pre-made little thing just to remind myself to put something there. But anyways, yeah, the main focus again is the structure here, the building. So again, this is our revamped, redone, new entrance, plaza, and building there, done by Mr. Carlos G. And he did this a few months ago, back when, if you remember, museum, actually they're still the rage, but the museum builds were all the rage. And what I mean by that, if you haven't seen, so as we come in here, oh, and the kind of focus of this build there, the kind of thing that I wanted him to do when we were talking about, what he wanted, what it should look like, was I wanted it to be a combination of the old and new, kind of. So you have this kind of new, sleek, modern type of architecture, and then I wanted it to have some remnants of like an old kind of entrance that used to be here. So you have this, older tower that kind of matches. We're going to talk about this a little bit more. Our old education complex, which was the episode right before this one. So I wanted those two to match up. So he did a fantastic job of that. So you get a little bit of the old architecture there, some of the bricks there that are old and everything like that, as well as some of the brand new right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and walk on into the new entrance building for Thornton Hills Zoo here. And as we walk in, there is a lot to see on the inside, because he is a magician at interiors. Look at this, my friends. Holy cow. This is a museum, isn't it? So yeah, you buy your, just a quick recap, you buy your tickets over here at the ticket counter, and then you come on in over here, and there'd probably be like a person or 3 or 4, taking your tickets here, or you'd scan them in the little stopper right here. If you need to, we can always go to the restroom before we enter. And all these things work too. There's actual like things back there, like a restroom back there and stuff like that. But look at all the little details here. A lot of these are from like Ricey and just other, awesome creators, just kind of throwing together a lot of their stuff. And yeah, this is what he's come up with. This our little museum entranceway here. And yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he built all this. Yeah, all this was custom built by Mr. Carlos there for the most part. So yeah, here's our, again, just our little entrance building. And I mean, come on, how can you not be just blown away by all this. You know, we even have, there's even an upstairs, and it like, it doesn't look bad, you know? It like looks outside and everything. So, you know, these are, I say that because this is an area where you could skimp out kind of thing, but you know, it actually works up there. And then lastly, you just have this little wing over here, and I love these little plants and everything. It screams, you know, this is a museum, or this is a zoo building or something. The one thing we might do is we might come back with our new glass panels that came with the free update and replace some of the glass out here, because this is the old glass panels. I think some of the new glass panels might work out a little bit better there. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot here, so pause it if you need to. I'm trying not to, you know, go too quick through it, but there's a lot to go over today. So, but yeah, here is the little entrance building. And speaking of, I totally missed something already. You know, we have our entrance building there, which is awesome looking. But before we go into the zoo, I totally forgot, there's a parking lot now. So yeah, here's the Thornton Hills Zoo, you know, main parking lot there. Tried to add in a little bit of, you know, my realism with these little patches. I think these are just the either the concrete or some, yeah, the concrete floor there just kind of sunk into the ground there to kind of give some like patchy looks to it kind of thing. So here is the main lot for Thornton Hills Zoo, and then over here I just have a little picnic area. If people would like to, they can bring their lunches and, you know, kind of eat their lunches outside the zoo or something like that, or before they go into the zoo, just have a little snack just outside in the picnic pavilion. And the other thing I did, this is very much inspired by some builds off of the workshop I saw, is I made a little insect garden over here. So this was very much inspired by, again, these three little things here. So these, this is a little insect, an insect hotel, and some little bee houses, beehives there that were built on the workshop. And I thought they turned out, we should turn some of them around so that they face the right way. Boop. There, that's a little bit better. But anyways, yeah, I thought that was like a great idea, and I think I've seen some, I can't remember where, but I've seen some zoos do something similar. But yeah, just this isn't even technically part of the zoo. This is outside the zoo walls and everything like that. But I just thought it'd be a nice little free thing for, you know, if anyone wants to, they can kind of come walk in here and just kind of admire, you know, if they want to, then get close to the bugs and the bees and stuff. I don't know how safe it is, but you know, it's nice. It's nice looking. So yeah, there you go. It's this little secluded area, just with the bugs and everything. And then flying through the air there, it's not snow. This is the dandelion effect. We have dandelion seed effect that you can have fly through the air. In Planet Coaster, it's funny, we have like bees and big truck passing by. FedEx, everyone's ordering things. No one can go outside, so we all have to order things. Anyways, in Planet Coaster, we have bees effects and like I think even like crickets and fireflies and stuff like that. But in Planet Zoo, we have none of those. We just have dandelions. You'd think that we could get some bee effects in here. That'd be great, right? So, anyways, let's go ahead and move past. I didn't miss anything, right? How would you know? Anyways, yeah, no, I didn't. So let's go ahead and continue in. Let's actually get into the zoo. So, bam, scan our ticket. We are in the zoo now. So let's go ahead and exit Carlos G's the building there and go into stuff that I actually built. Well, I built the parking lot and all that fun stuff, but you know, the actual zoo part here. So here we are coming on in. And we're going to actually kind of bend the camera out just a little bit to get a better idea, because it gets very kind of claustrophobic, which is how I wanted it to feel in there. But this is our little entrance pathway into the main part of the zoo. So the idea here is that I wanted to go out of the building, and I still wanted it to feel, I wanted it to feel very, again, claustrophobic and close and just very secluded with the plants and everything. I didn't want it to be like a big grand reveal right away. I wanted you to kind of have to walk around and, you know, get these little animal signs and everything kind of hinting at the zoo. So you just kind of get this little meandering walkway as you come down. And then finally, as you come around, you start to get little glimpses, but blammo! There we go. There is the kind of reveal there. This was almost a little mistake that you see the education tower obviously in the background. That's the big education complex in the back, which we'll take a look at again. But yeah, that was kind of a happy little mistake that this turned out, and I just kind of went with this. This focal point kind of drove the entire build that you're going to see moving forward, because I wanted to make sure that this, you know, the weenie, basically, as we call it in the theme park world, the weenie at the end of the area was still visible there. So there is that, and then yeah, as we're coming in here, you kind of see off to the left, there's a little habitat off that way. We're going to get over to those. But over to the right, we have our guest service building. And this is based off of the the Edmonton Zoo. Their entrance plaza just got a redo. And they have some of these really sleek kind of modern buildings there. So I thought really cool looking. So I went ahead and it's a miniature version of it. I think the real world version is a little bit longer and it kind of curves, but I like the idea of it. So yeah, here is our modern guest service and zoo gifts building there, and I love how this came out. The modern set, the modern wood set, or just I guess modern set in general, fits so well together in game there. So, and this is all usable. There's an information stand behind that, and there's actually a gift shop in there. So yeah, there is our zoo gifts and guest service modern building there. As you first come in, and then as you come around this way, we have just some bathrooms. Nothing, nothing crazy there. These were actually taken from old collab that might be coming back soon. If I got to get my button gear and build in that too. But Buxton Zoo. I took a restroom that I built in Buxton Zoo and just kind of threw it over here. It kind of fit in pretty perfectly. Didn't have to be anything too crazy or too spectacular. So there is that. And then yeah, as we come around, there's nothing too much that way, so we're actually going to spin around this way and go back to the entrance where we were. And yeah, it's like I was talking about, we have our habitats here. So, and this big structure, we're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, here's our first habitat for the zoo. I saw it was either rendering or, yeah, it was an artist rendering for the new LA Zoo, I believe it was, their new entranceway, and I liked how their entranceway basically had this kind of big hillside, this rolling hillside with some like deer or antelope or some sort of animal similar to that in their habitat. I thought that'd be a great thing to have for ours as well. So we have some, I believe, sable antelope and some springbok. I want to make sure. Yeah, some springbok and some sable antelope here together. Now, these are definitely, they're African animals that would probably go well in our African area. But you see this a lot of times in zoos where just because an animal, is meant to be in a certain like continental theme or something like that, doesn't mean that the animal will always be there, kind of thing. So this is the same idea for both these habitats, because there's actually another habitat on the other side there where this big shade cover is. And that's the idea for both of these, that they're not like, both animals could probably work well in like the Africa habit or the upcoming Africa themed area or the North American area, but they just kind of didn't fit in there, or just didn't go in there, and they're gonna kind of be on their own kind of thing. So yeah, those that's what we have there. And then yeah, speaking of, here's the giant shade cover, which was left over by Jimmy the last time that he was building in the park when he was doing his North American area revamp and everything. So I went ahead and took that and put it between our two habitats there, and I think it turned out really well. And here's a good overview of the two habitats, kind of two shared habitats a little bit, and they're both the same habitat, just kind of spun around, just blueprinted and spun around and kind of edited just a little bit. But yeah, there you go. And this big shade structure works out so well between the two of them, and just kind of sharing the shade, and especially the reindeer. The reindeer love to go inside the shade there. They're always up there. They want to stay cool and all that fun stuff. So, but yeah, there is that. And then coming down here, added in a little water structure just to give the area just a little bit of water and stuff like that. Give it some nice views and everything. But yeah, I just love how the everywhere you look, you can kind of see little glimpses of this giant shade structure just kind of looming over the area everywhere there. So we have this little mulch path that kind of comes around to the side of the reindeer habitat. So yeah, you get really great views all the way around of both habitats. This one you get a little side view I forgot to show over on the side here. So there you go. Oh, and then these little shade covers also were from in the little scrapyard, the little boneyard from the North American overhaul build from before. So I just kind of threw them up here because yeah, I mean, this build before I had the shade covers or the giant shade cover, it was pretty like bland. It was still okay. Don't get me wrong. It was still pretty much how I wanted it to look and everything. But once I threw in those shade covers and just like, whoo, that was it. Game over basically. There are some areas for the animals to kind of sleep if they want to and get away from guests and all that. So they do come up into these little barn areas a lot of the time. I believe that these are going to stick around, but I do have some ideas. Going over this way, you can see I'm starting to lay some future planning out. There might be a bigger backstage building here, but we're going to see. I don't know. I got to think about what's going up there. But in any case, yeah, this is kind of... Let me show off my favorite little views here, because you get some really cool views with the big shade structure. My dog's trying to paw his way in. I just heard him. He might bust through the door. But anyways, you get these really great views of the shade structure against the habitat and everything like that. So, yeah, no, just really happy with how that turned out. And sometimes something, I don't want to say simple because it's obviously not a simple build or anything, but you know, it is just a shade cover, I guess. But something as simple as just a shade cover or a few shade covers can really tie together a whole area there. So, whew, there you go. I talk fast and a lot in the short amount of time that I do these episodes, but you know, we pack a punch. We try and pack a punch. So, but yeah, there you go. There is the kind of welcome back to Thornton Hills Zoo. I wanted to make sure that for this first kind of comeback episode that I packed a punch. Like, well, yeah, there's the theme. Packed a punch and kind of gave a lot of content for kind of missing out on the last month or two there of not uploading and everything like that. So, but no, overall, I'm feeling a lot, really reinvigorated with not only this project, but again, like. Between Brookfield Zoo and building a Planet Coaster, building Lunawood a little bit here and there, so building some theme parks and stuff. So, but yeah, no, this I'm having a lot of fun kind of going back in and getting reinvigorated, building and everything. So yeah, no, but be sure to comment down below. Let me know, what do you think of the direction of the entrance area so far? What do you think of Carlos's amazing museum / entrance building there? Do you think it kind of ties in with the whole area? I think it does justification too for the old entrance being blown up and stuff like that. So we have our insect area. What do you think of the insect area? Can I improve on that? Do you think it looks pretty good as is? What do you think of the, this just the whole entrance plaza and our little habitats and our animals and everything? So yeah, just comment down below. It's our first time in Thornton Hills Zoo for a while. And, I'd like to know what you think about the progress so far. And again, you can kind of see some future planning I have. I do this a lot, painting the terrain, painting the ground, kind of letting myself know, like, I'm thinking about putting a backstage there. So I want to paint the ground to kind of mask this out or future plan it out so I don't build on it, kind of thing. I've even brought in my little toll booth or little security gate there to kind of get ready. But yeah, no, anyways, again, I'd really like to know what you think about the direction of Thornton Hills Zoo, and get comfortable there with episodes, because yeah, I'm going back and forth. I build in Thornton Hills Zoo, and then I go over to Brookfield Zoo and build in Brookfield Zoo for a little bit, and then in the middle of it, I'm gonna get an animal. We always have to get an animal when we leave. Let's get our sable antelope. They're priority. But yeah, I build a Lunawood in between, so I'm just kind of a building machine right now while we're kind of stuck inside with nothing else to do. So, but yeah, hey, thanks so much everyone for hanging out. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. Let me know what you think down below of the build and everything going on there. And yeah, if this is your first time hanging out, don't forget, hit that subscribe button there. Also hit the like button. Oh god, he's going to sleep. Okay. Also hit the like button. It helps out the channel, helps out the video. So hey, thanks so much everyone for hanging out. Until our next episode of Thornton Hills Zoo, Lunawood, or Brookfield Zoo Recreation. Y'all have a good one. Thanks so much.